Hello everyone. Let's discuss a poem The Trees, written by Adrian Rich. So, the theme of the poem is that trees are not very happy with the activities of human beings because humans have always used nature for their own benefit. Humans destroy forests, cut down trees. So, this poem is the conflict between man and nature. When we grow plants or trees inside our houses, they get suffocated within the limited space available. The poetess says that the better place for the trees to grow is the forest because everyone has a desire of freedom. We must follow the rules of nature and should not try to overrule it. Stanza 1. The trees inside are moving out into the forest that was empty all these days, where no bird could sit, no insect hide, no sun bury its feet in shadow. The forest that was empty all these nights will be full of trees by morning. So the poet observes that the trees in his house are moving outside into the forest which has been empty for a long time because the forest is the tree's natural habitat. The trees are not actually moving. You can imagine. The poet wants to say the destruction done by humans to forests and the false nature in the form of trees that humans try to keep in their houses for just decoration, for creating a false impression, since the forest outside was empty. When the trees were cut down, the nests destroyed, so no birds could sit on the branches of trees, no insect could hide in the trees, and sunlight could never disappear under the shadows of the trees. So the poet wants to say that when the trees will move out, the forests which were once empty, all these nights will be full of trees by the morning. Stanza 2. All night the roots work to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. The leaves strain toward the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion, long craft boughs shuffling under the roof like newly discharged patients, half dazed, moving to the clinic doors. It looks like the trees work all night, silently, quietly, in order to complete their mission, to get free from the boundaries, from the walls of the house, and finally move towards the forest, that is, to get the freedom. The trees try to free themselves through the cracks on the veranda floor. The leaves of the trees try very hard to put a lot of pressure on the glass window so that they could break it and go outside. That makes these small twigs go very hard. These small twigs become very hard due to the pressure. The larger branches of the trees have shrunk and had bent because of being inside all the walls and under the roof, where they cannot grow much. These trees try to go out, they try to move slowly from there, they try to free themselves from these houses, and they try to move out and look like newly discharged patients from a hospital who become half shocked on coming to the outside world. Stanza 3. I sit inside, doors open to the veranda, writing long letters, in which I scarcely mention the departure of the forest from the house. The night is fresh, the whole moon shines in the sky still open. The smell of leaves and lichen still reaches like a voice into the rooms. The poet sits in her house and starts writing long letters with the doors of house opening to the veranda. And the poetess also mention her letters about the trees that are moving out to the empty forest. It's like a full moon night where the moon is shining in the open sky and the night is very fresh. The smell of leaves and lichens reaches the poet like a voice coming from the rooms of the house. Stanza 4. My head is full of whispers, which tomorrow will be silent. Listen, the glass is breaking. The trees are stumbling forward into the night. Winds rush to meet them. The moon is broken like a mirror. Its pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak. So the poet explains to the sounds coming from the leaves and lichens of the trees. As the trees are trying to come out to the forest in the night, so the sound will not be there in the morning. Now the poet can hear the glass breaking due to the efforts of the twigs. The twigs, as the poet said in last stanza, the twigs were exerting pressure on the glass windows. The trees hurry outside, stumbling on each other. So, as the trees go in the open, it seems like the wind is moving fast towards them to meet them. So, after going out into the forest, the tall trees stand straight in the forest. Its branches cover the moon, due to which it looks like a broken mirror. The broken pieces of the moon seems like a crown of the tallest oak tree. This was all about the poem The Trees. I hope you have enjoyed. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe.